As promised, I am back, and this is video 22 of my 30 videos in 30 days based on the frustrations that podiatrists have shared with me when they join the Podiatry Business Owners Club. As I said, I was shooting this video straight after 21, which is why I'm wearing the same shirt. Okay, today's frustration is low profit margins because of increased costs of running a business, rents, wages, just supplies, just the overall running of a business now. The expenses have gone up a lot, especially since COVID. There's just so much. The expenses, just living expenses have gone up, fuel. So let's take that all into account. Life is expensive. This comes back to why you need to know the numbers of your business, not just your patient numbers, which are important. You do need to know that. Not just your gross revenue, which is important. You need to know that. But what is your profit margin each week, or each day, each week, each month, and each year? Is the profit improving, or is your profit going down? Now, if you only look at it at the end of the financial year when the accountant says, oh, this was your profit, you go, oh, shit, that wasn't really good. That is too late. But to check it at the end of a year, what your profit was, is not good enough. You need to be looking at it daily, weekly, monthly, and you'll know as soon as your profits start to dip, you can make changes. And this is why you need to understand the numbers of your business. And I think a number that is really, really important is how much does it cost you to obtain a new patient? And you might think, well, not that much. But if you look at all your marketing that you do, everything you do that could potentially attract a new patient, could be from gifts that you send professional referrers if you do that. If you're on doing Google ads, if you're going to add in the magazine, anything that you spend money that is potentially going to attract a patient, you need to total that all up and then total up how many new patients. So look at it for the last year. How many new patients did you have for the last year? And divide the new patients by how much you spent. And you'll find out exactly how much every new patient costs you to get them to come to your business. And what may surprise you sometimes is you don't usually make a lot of money from their first visit. So if a patient, for example, I'll just throw a figure out there. Say to obtain this new patient, it costs you $50 when you take all your advertising into account. Now, if you're only charging $75 for a visit, therefore, you've only made $25 actually off of that patient. So that's why you need to know what the number is in your business, because if your team don't understand the reason why a patient just comes in for the first visit, you don't make anything from it. Now, if I go back to that new patient costing you $50, and say, for example, you're charging $100, you go, hey, you made $50 profit. Well, out of that $50 profit, you're now going to pay your wages. If you have a podiatrist that's on percentage, what's their percentage rate? If it's 40%, well, straight away, they've taken 40% off the top. You've now made $10. Take all your other expenses into account, and you've made nothing from that first visit. So therefore, you need to make sure your team understands why your patients need to come back. And it's not over-servicing. It's not giving them stuff they don't need. It's just your team needs to understand saying to a patient, oh, just give us a call when you're ready, is not good enough if you know that they should be back in a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks, depending what sort of problems they're having. Comes right back to understanding the numbers of your business. And if you're really frustrated about low profit margins, sit down today, this week, work out what your expenses are. How much profit are you making daily, weekly, monthly? And if it's trending down, you need to make changes, which could be put your fees up. That's it. And it's not just putting your fees up. Yes, is a great way of making more profits, but it's a really simple way. What you got to do is look at your expenses. Are you wasting money in certain areas? Can you tighten up? And I don't mean being a tight ass boss and stop looking after your team and stop doing things together, but just are there areas where you're wasting money? But I think the biggest waste of money is not knowing how much a new patient costs you and not having your team understand that number as well. So if you said to one of your team, hey, John, do you know that for that patient to come and spend $100 with me, I really make nothing. It's just what it cost me to get them in here, what I pay you, and then all the other expenses. In fact, to have them in here, it's cost me $20. So I need to have them to come back. So your team needs to understand that. I hope I didn't rave on too much of that, but it's just an area I'm really passionate about. And I know good friend Peter Wishney always goes on about numbers, and it's just something you need to understand. So I will see you tomorrow for video 23. Bye.